I am Mahira and a volunteer at Advanced Healthcare Foundation. And today we're conducting this interview youth media of Advanced Healthcare Foundation's Adolescents Club. We'll be talking about parent-child relationship. But before that, I just want to introduce you a little bit. Sir is currently working at NPS International School and has worked at academic evangelist towards workshops, academic audits, teacher appraisals, parenting sessions, teacher trainings, and academic advisor to schools globally. He has been an expert in Six Sigma in education, NLP experiential learning, and TQM in academics as a coach and practitioner. He has published over 40 books in the field of academics and have trained over 10,000 teachers during his 27 years of working. As a president medal winner of the National Awards to the Teacher, he has also been listed in the Limca Book of Records and India Book of Records for his innovation in academics. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. So,
My
sir,
pleasure.
let's start with how are you doing in this pandemic?
Well, I'm doing very fine. It is actually, a sad, I should be saying, times where we look forward to happiness quotient somehow with some reason or the other. As an academician, even I feel it is quite unprecedented moment for all of us, in fact, globally. But we should not lose hope. There's always a sunshine the next morning, and we need to look forward to how best we can, ape ourselves to the current situation, come out, be a winner, and look out for good times to come. A positive mindset is what is requisite by one and all, and that is what I am here with at this moment with you at this platform.
Thank you so much. So that's a great advice in the beginning. So, looking at these unprecedented times that we are going through right now, can we say that the pandemic has a strain effect on the parent-child relationship that we see in nowadays as compared to the olden days?
Well, I believe since I'm in touch with the parents, I'm in touch with the students, I'm in touch with the teachers, I do feel that there is certainly a change. Parents are not able to take the continuous bombarding of the questions. Teachers are at anxiety, what to answer, how to make them comfortable. There is certainly a concern for mental advice, mental satisfaction, and using positive discipline is what is a requisite these days. Everyone is more anxious and worried, but for sure, younger generation may not have words to describe their feelings, but they are more likely to act out, their stress, anxiety, and fear through their behavior. We can understand, we can read their minds, read their faces. Even, we are having online classes. When I interact with the students, there is a certain level of, phobia, not only among them, but among us as well. But certainly, we need to look out for a positive note in them by polishing their thought analysis. I feel that parenting has always been tough, but homeschooling, working from home, and all the financial uncertainty from the side of the parents has been, even tougher with the march of time. So I believe it is not a very easy going for the parents to cater to the anxiety of these poor students. Children are no longer kids, they are young adults.
Hmm.
And technology has actually made them smarter, bolder, curious, mature before time. And that is what, with many schools and even workplaces, they are closed due to the pandemic. Many of us have found ourselves dealing with a new and often very stressful family hour discussion, the family situation, the well being. And of course, as you rightly asked about whether it's the scenario, yes, it is very well the scenario. And as parents, even we need to look out and discuss what is and what it is.
Right. So, sir, how can one discuss in a proper, healthy manner? How can healthy communication be fostered
Yes,
in a parent-child
yes,
relationship?
that's really a very, very good question because that's the need of the hour now. So, the first thing is we need to make sure that the parents connect with their child's teacher, with their children. And of course, it's not only them who are going or through or passing through the tough time. We need to identify the good things what the children have at home as parents and praise them. And if the happiness quotient is dwelled and encountered in the process, it is good that the child is motivated, and above all create a learning routine. Then we need to have some set goals, celebrate their completion of the goals, then create the creative moments, not only like we're just talking about, but there has to be something creative in what we do. You can revisit on family albums digitally or maybe physically. That can be one of the ways. See, when I was 10 years of age, this is what I was. Try to revisit on that spectrum and then be understanding. That's very much required. We need to understand the child. We need to also reflect on his answering the questions simply and honestly. We should not be hiding things, because if I answer something and he has a doubt, he's going to Google it straight away, or he's going to ask from his friends. So we need to be very, very particular, very, very obvious, and very, very, factual.
Definitely. That's a very healthy and open way of communication, I'd say. But, sir, also you talked about the exposure to screens, and it's actually also a topic that we've been on before when we talked about even mental health of the students. So, sir, when we talk about news that is stressful for both the children and the parents, so how does one tackle that anxiety as a team of parent child, where you see the news and you get just stressed and anxious about what's happening around you and how you have no control over it?
Very true. See, I always, whenever I talk with the parents, I interact with the parents, I always tell them, please switch off your TVs. So go, and if you want to watch positive news, listen to bhajan songs. For knowledge sake, yes, you can always Google the information. You want to know how many COVID cases in your city, that obviously you can Google and find out instantly, right? But don't go after the negative news. The media is really, really going out of the blues to showcase their expertise in getting to know about all the information and all, which might not be suitable for our children. So please don't watch it news. Even if you have to watch, you can watch it when the children are sleeping, so that they won't get distracted about the negative news.
I would also like to ask a question that might just be out of the way here. Also about loss, the parents who are dealing with loss, we talked about an open communication. So, can you suggest like how the parents can communicate the concept of loss to their children, because that's something new to all of us as
Fine.
children and as growing adults. So,
That,
how can we tackle that without really affecting the children in an emotional way?
so as a parent, I believe parenting is, it's something like godly. It's something like religious. It's something like where you need to go. You can do anything and everything for your son or for your daughter. So that aspect, I think parents can talk to them that, see, child, this is the problem, and I think very soon it will be all okay. So if you gather confidence, if you don't put yourself down in front of the children, you just say that this is the problem and we are going to be sorting it out very soon. you know and of course, positive times and good times are very where we need to take it, but the positive mindset and the strength and the confidence is what showcases the pride in parenting and managing the children at home. So, as I said earlier, we need to follow safety advice. We need to establish the healthy new routines and reinforce the importance of hygiene and hand washing as a part of a new discipline. And that, particularly, if you follow that, they will follow you.
And how do parents work that out where they have to separate their time for working from home and playing with the children?
Well, that's a very, very apt question, I should be saying. So, parents are no doubt working from home, and even children are at home. So, we can dedicate rooms specifically for that job, and then dedication should be, because when they're working online, they are in fact working 24/7 because of the demands, because of their being in connect. So we need to also follow that routine, that if somebody is working, we should not be a distraction to that person. Same is when the children are learning online, the parents should understand that it should not be distracting. And but assuring the fact that everything should be there, we need to be having a disciplined environment at home, at least for the purpose that they should have at least one meal together. So that will be a moment of joy, sharing ideas, sharing knowledge, sharing what had been throughout the day, what is expected to be, and that is what I would say.
So, what about the parents who are recovering from COVID itself? How do they handle their kids being in isolation, coming out of isolation? How can they talk about it in a proper and positive way?
As a COVID positive and recovered individual, I would always tell that people should not worry. We need to understand the fact that it's just a pass of time, phase of life, where we need to overcome a little challenge, certainly. And it's not that easy also, but it is to be taken through with positive mindset. And above all, it's going to be a win-win approach. And certainly we are going to be out of this whole scenario very soon.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. So, thank you so much, Dr. Dheeraj. I would like to thank you on the behalf of Advanced Healthcare Foundation and Adolescents Club for joining us for this wonderful conversation. And hope you had a great time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. God bless you.